Wedding videos for as low as 100,000 naira? Gusto got you covered. Call 080-613-44639 or 080-644-06274. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking and sharing, subscribing. Yes, telling your friends about what we do right at Gusto TV. Big Lela also says hi. He says hello and he says thank you so much for always doing what you do. If you talk now, so you say talk. Thank you guys so much. Today we've got the one and only Big Wiz in the video. WIZKID getting prepared for the business side of 2022. Of course, we know Wiz has been in Lagos, the beach party, you know, the Starboy beach party, having Fino, having One Nicole, having Black Bones, Check, and a couple of other guys also. And right after then, you know, of course, we know about the Made in Lagos, you know, deluxe edition. Talked about the fact that he's going to drop, you know, More Love, Less Ego, the album on the last day of tour. Last day of tour means no dates yet.
When time will finish?
I don't know.
But you believe I'm the other time, so you're supposed to know. She tell us.
Believe who? You called WIZKID a liar.
Whatever it is.
No, but you
did
called
you see
WIZKID,
liar in my mouth?
You called on national TV.
It's national TV. I ain't say we did.
You called WIZKID a liar.
No, I did not.
Yes, he called WIZKID a liar.
Okay, call on me.
Anyway, that's just a joke. WIZKID said More Love, you know, that's More Love, Let's Go on the way. And of course, we know, you know, how WIZKID was, you know, this whole chilly vibe and everything. That year, you know, WIZKID was that very. Coachella happened, and someone said, you fuck up. We said that your papa fuck up.
WIZKID is the bass buzz.
Like, for real, it was giving anybody that, you know, came Malowa, don't come at all and everything. Of course, we know there was also the very big issue with, you know, Northboi. Someone, you know, Northboi came up on Twitter at that time, said, imagine being so powerful person where you do before they fail to promote you, make you no pass out. Now my hand, you collect your last global hit. After me, all you have is Ojo Elegba and Dondo. You know, that was when Northboi came through, you know, at WIZKID at that time. And he said WIZKID threatened him with a con at the time because he asked for the contract for Joro. Now, WIZKID was hailing Killer Tunes, you know. I think WIZKID credited Killer Tunes with Joro.
Yes.
At the time, you know, and of course, that got Northboi really, really upset. Northboi then faced Killer Tunes at the time and started going back and forth with each other. Now, do you think that Northboi, you know, since 2018 to 2021, 2022, has literally done, you know, like nothing for so like proper, you know, produced for proper, you know, Afrobeat artists and everything. Northboi has not been. Did this event affect him, or he really went for his masters? He said he wanted to go for his masters.
Masters in music business or what?
He said something about I'll just keep working and I'll just go for my master or something. He just went for this thing. So let me see. I think I saw that here. Go back. Okay, so he said master's degree. Why should I get bullied? I'll quit and go to one. So did he go for this master's degree, or he actually left the game?
I don't think he left the game because after this, Northboi continued to produce beats. He continued to. No, for any artist that needed his service, but obviously no one as big as Wiz.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this particular incident had split decisions. People advised him to play the long game, that he could have actually achieved more and gotten more from an affiliation with Wiz, rather than looking at the present and saying, "No, pay me sharp now," which, by any sense of the word, it's not a bad thing to ask for. But I think Wiz at the time perhaps likes things like vibe, or like things like people who are likes connection with a producer, making music before now talking about the business aspect of it later. I don't think they were able to get to that point with Northboi. Obviously, he likes Northboi's production, because if he didn't like the song so much, he wouldn't reach out to a Killer Tunes and say, "Come, let's
Let's
recreate
recreate.
this, which happens a lot, by the way. Yeah, and there's a reason why Tenny and Shizzy had that issue, because I mean she had worked with two different producers on the same idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, Northboi came out and people still feel to today that it's one of it was career suicide at the time, because since then he hasn't really been in people's faces. Although he's vocal, there's every once in a while he comes out and says things, but he puts it all on the line that time for his idea or whatever he's writing on that song, which at the end of the day he did not get. He did not get that.
There was a time he came back, in one of his tweets and said something like he's ready to make up with WIZKID, or something like that. I mean, there was quite a lot of people now tagging Wiz and talking about how they should make up, and he said he was ready to actually make up, with Wiz at the time. Now, making up, WIZKID has said more love, less ego, is ready to make up with people, and he's actually making up with Northboi at the moment, making music for the More Love, Less Ego album. WIZKID has talked severally about loving, to sign producers to his label. There's Legendary Beats, PTJ is also like an affiliate and everything. A couple of other people as well. Is Northboi going to be part of that team very soon?
From the looks of it, it looks like he's made up with Northboi, and if, like I said in the previous episode, if he's done that, he's practicing what he's preaching. He says, "Oh, it's going to be more love, less ego." Whatever has happened between him and Northboi looks like they've trashed it out, and everything has been. I don't know. I know there are lessons to learn, especially for Northboi. He needs to be smarter with things like that. If for example he had some sort of management that could handle that aspect of business for him, that's not him asking for things like that, then I think it will be fine. Till today, Wiz has plenty songs produced by SARS, and Wiz would not dare to release any of those songs without doing the proper with SARS. We know SARS is big in the game, but they did not talk about business or payments until after they created those songs. Those songs are there. They've not come out, right? Till today, you will not hear them until we decide, okay, let's do this, and then you run your thing with SARS, and then you get it out. You get. So that's a way to go about it as a producer. Some producers, when you work with, arguably at that time, Wiz was perhaps maybe number one, or whether it is
2018,
in Nigeria, right? You know that barely being with this guy reps and increases your price, right? You can make your money from the other people that will come out as a result of you working with Wiz, right? You can make your bad there, but you know that so in the future, as a composer of this, when this song is released and you are credited, regardless whether you do it and you are credited, right, you are going to be entitled to a lot of from earnings from the song. And he missed out on that, particularly with Joe. Joe had plenty mad loads amount of streams, right? And he came back and became a viral sensation in South America again. He's just missed out on all of those things. Some might say it's not fair, but I think sometimes this thing you can use your head and be a bit smart when you're dealing with artists of that caliber. Not saying we should go around and start ripping producers off of their hard by not paying them. Of course he should, but I mean there are ways you can go about it. Not being confrontational you by yourself. Get your management to handle that aspect. If you don't approve of a production by you to come out because it's not settled, say you have not approved of it. You get before it comes out.
So should young producers actually learn from this? I mean, the fact that Wiz and Northboi are together now, quite a lot of people are happy about it. WIZKID has always loved Northboi's sound and everything, and of course we know they're going to make hits together for the upcoming forthcoming album. But what exactly should young producers look out for when having to deal with people like WIZKID?
Well, see, not just producers, like anyone, right? If you are young, if you are new, if you are young in the game, and you get a big break of an opportunity to work with someone big, right? Some of these people, they say, we'll sort it out after, which is fine. Even if you don't sort it out after, like, try and make the association alone increases your value. It puts you on a different pedestal in front of people. Oh, who have you produced for? I produced for WIZKID. Produced for this, I produced for that. People take you and say, oh, you worked with WIZKID, who was at one point the biggest star to come out of Nigeria. You get things like that. it increases your value. You play the long game. I know me saying this now makes me look like I'm talking from two sides of my mouth, as when we were talking about Portable, but that's a totally different thing. Totally different thing, because it's another thing taking somebody's song and relegating him to the backdrop, I mean to the backseat, just because you are on there. But WIZKID did not say he's helping anybody, but there are several producers that have worked with WIZKID. He can't run the same sort of thing with all of them. Yeah. P2J is well respected in the game, Abi, and he's properly credited on there. Yeah. He's worked with SARS, worked with Legendary Beats for years. Him and Black Jersey have done a thing or two together for, I mean, several producers. So when it gets to your turn, fine, be smart enough. Maybe if you go and ask for advice from others, okay, how did we want this thing released? How did you, so that you know how to arrange. It doesn't help anyone when you are being confrontational, and you just have to be smart. Yeah.
Anyways, finally, as we go, WIZKID, like we said, is someone who loves Northboi, sound and everything for a long time right now. They're back together. Should he sign Northboi to Starboy?
See, nah. I think they should just keep their relationship professional. At least Wiz for now knows that Northboi, the kind of person he is erratic. He knows. He knows that he's erratic. So if you don't want this sort of issues coming out again, then just sort the guy out. It won't cost Wiz anything. But this particular issue stalled Northboi's career as a producer. These days, he's trying to still come out and make people respect him that yes, he's a producer. But yeah, better late than never. He's back with WIZKID.
Definitely better late than never. Back with WIZKID, Northboi. WIZKID settled. Of course, they settled their beef. Everything is fine. Everyone is good. And of course, they're back making music together for the album More Love, Less Ego. Big Lala said the other time that if they're just recording an album in January and everything, when we look over maybe 20.
Sabina, you believe.
You just call WIZKID a liar again. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Please let us have your thoughts. Should Northboi sign to Starboy, or should they leave it just as professional as possible? Let's have your thoughts. Put them down below. Let us know what you think. Big Lala, as well, will be responding to some of your comments. And if you say that you believe me that I said Big Lala said Wiz, is and there you can come at him and everything. WIZKID FC, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.